want to overly engage and punish those who are suffering from mental health issues. For too long, the criminal justice system has become the de facto treatment system for individuals in mental health crisis and individuals with severe substance use disorders.
They are wristbands that identify the wearer as having mental health issues, so first responders more quickly know about that added element. They can also be worn by members of crisis intervention teams so they can be quickly identified as potential trained helpers. Mental illness groups are on board with this program, which is obviously voluntary.
It shows that unity between the CIT officers and them. It just forms more of awareness, just like you would wear a diabetic bracelet or an allergy bracelet.
A group in Georgia came up with the idea for these wristbands.
Sometimes police just don't know what they're walking into.
I think the anxiety level in any scene where it's the unknown is always high.
And when making split-second decisions, instantly identifying people living with a mental health condition can get even harder. These bracelets could help.
I'm a probation officer with the Mental Health Wellness Court in York County.
This probation officer and case manager bagging 35 of them.
We would like to offer them to participants in the wellness courts.
Because they say the instant identification can make the biggest difference.
A lot of times they say if officers knew going into the scene kind of what they were going through, it would help them be able to talk them through the situation and kind of figure out an aftercare plan.
The bracelets represent a partnership. The gray side represents people living with mental health issues. The blue side represents police. And with both parties wearing it, they hope it brings calm and recognition to an otherwise stressful situation.
Statistics show before the pandemic that 1 in 5 people have a mental health condition. Since the pandemic, that number has jumped from 1 to 4.
The bracelets hanging off the wrists of police to identify the 161 officers who so far have gone through crisis intervention training in York County, which includes talking with people living with mental health conditions.
Typically, when you call us, you're in crisis. So to have that knowledge and that information from the other side, be able to sit down and say, what's the best way I can serve you?
York County is also working on a co-response program where officers and mental health professionals team up, and a so-called Stepping Up initiative to divert people out of jail and into resources. In York Township, York County, Jamie Bittner, Fox 43 News.
Growing trend in Georgia and all across the country. Mental health experts joining police and responding to certain 911 calls. Brookhaven Police formed a special team to improve responses to such crises. Liza Lucas talked to the department about the impact it's seen already.
No badge, no uniform. Victoria Williams is a licensed counselor with Behavioral Health Link. She's also part of Brookhaven Police Department's new crisis intervention team, formed during the pandemic to respond to a new wave of mental health related calls.
It could be on the street, at a convenience store, in a home, anywhere from, young children kind of having episodes, behavioral concerns, to individuals having like anxiety. And then also we have a good population of homeless people who are just having their own mental health or substance abuse needs.
11 Alive was there as one 911 call came in. Victoria joining responding officers in this Brookhaven neighborhood, helping to de-escalate the situation and refer the man who was experiencing delusions to mental health services and treatment.
It's good for us to try and give people a solution instead of just band-aiding the problem. Get them the help they need instead of people with mental health issues being arrested for misdemeanor charges all the time.
That approach is focused on help, not handcuffs, according to Kim Jones with the National Alliance on Mental Illness, Georgia.
1 in 4 people throughout Georgia are going to experience a mental health problem, so it's probably going to be a friend of mine, a friend of yours, or a family member, and how would we want them to be treated? With help. That's why people call 911.
The partnership also frees up officers to focus on their primary job of safety, while clinicians can deal with intervention and treatment. It's an alternative approach that takes team cooperation.
It's about us working together because our community is large and there are a lot of more emerging mental health concerns, especially through the pandemic.
Brookhaven police tell me their biggest challenge now is that the clinicians are only set for certain times when in reality, crisis has no schedule.